our grandchildren. Speak up, okay? We can. All right, we can speak up a little. And now there's grandchildren, and basically the last, let's say, the last 15 some odd years, he sent us all over the world again, and a lot of times the last 10 years we spent in South America, Central America, and all the different countries, and they're all starting to practice now. They've all got a hold of the inner Swami and are practicing to be that Swami that we are. And so he's kept us busy. Usually we only home for about 2-3 weeks or maybe a month, and then off again, and for a couple of months here, a couple of months there. So this time he called us to Delhi, New Delhi, and we did universities, schools, the Sai centers, things like that. And we have to go back and finish, but in between we asked for a few days to come down and see ourselves again.
All right.
Say hello to Swami. Yes. We had promised Krishna we'd come, so here we are. And Monica, you too. And all of us.
Did Baba say that your music will be known all over the world? Did he tell you that in an interview?
Well,
that your music will be known all over the world?
It is known all over the world. I mean, our CDs are all over.
Back in the 70s,
yes,
he told
yes,
me that.
yes.
And
And then in the beginning he asked us, you know, we did bhajan style, and then he asked songs of the Brahma Vidya, songs of the highest truth. So that's basically what we're sharing with a lot of people now, because, you know, in the Western Hemisphere, people are used to songs much more than bhajan style repetition, you know. So songs, he says, bypasses the brain, goes straight into the heart. So music is a wonderful way to communicate the highest truth without the person actually having to think about it. It goes right in, becomes a seed that's planted, and there it is. Then it'll sprout in its own wonderful time.
Did Jonathan tell you how much?
No, I waited for you.
Okay. How much we love you and how beautiful you all are. Everyone.
That's the way we feel about you guys.
The guitar may go out a little bit, but we'll fix it, no problem.
Like me.
Consciousness is, and that is all that can ever be. It's always been, forever is, the core of you and me. I am, that is the truth. consciousness, all else is relative. I am right now, that's what there is. Being is perfect bliss. I am, that is the truth of me. I want to hear everybody. I am, that is the truth of me. I am Atman, eternally. I am Atman, eternally. I am Swami, eternally. I am Atman, eternally. Silence is the teacher who'll dissolve the mind. Silence is the center we must find. Everybody. Silence is the center we must find. One more time. Silence is the center we must find. Silence is forever. Consciousness I am. Being is the essence of I am. Being is the essence of I am. Once more. Being is the essence of I am. So turn your thoughts, dive deep within. Turn your thoughts, dive deep within. Ask who am I until you win. Ask who am I until you win. Let silence lead you beyond the mind. Let silence lead you beyond the mind. Where being is what we'll find. Where being is what we'll find. I am Atman. I am Atman. Love. I am love. Peace. I am peace. Silence. Silence. Silence is the message proving that I am. Loving is the nature of I am. Loving is the nature of I am. Loving is the nature of I am. Silence, true and perfect, will stop our monkey mind. And beingness eternal we will find. You can't help it. Beingness eternal we will find. So turn your thoughts, dive deep within. Turn your thoughts, dive Let silence lead you beyond the mind. Let silence lead you beyond the mind. Where beauty is what we'll find. Where being is what we'll find. I am Atma. Everybody. Love. I am love. Peace. I am peace.
God.
I am God. One more time, everybody. I am God. Good job.
So what does it mean to be God?
Have we figured it out yet? How long have we listened to Swami?
You are God. You are all-loving, all-inclusive, and all-powerful.
We are one, is what Swami said. He looked at these forms and he said, these are now my bodies. And he looked at his body and said, this is your body. He said, we'll play the game of life. We can do it all, be it all, have it all. One rule. One rule only.
No attachment to any of it.
You can do this? Yes, Swami. Acha, we play. And we've been playing ever since. Usually when we sang for a big concert with Swami, he used to play on stage with us with his chimchamis. At the end of the...
He would be going like this.
At the end of a concert, he used to lean over and say, any new song?
song?
That means, be empty, let one flow. So, here's one of the new songs.
And when we got stuck for words, he'd lean over and fill in. So, who wrote it?
Yeah, who wrote it? The flow. Divine Mother, Hridaya Vihari, Sai, you are in my heart, as I am in your heart. Forever we are one heart, also Uncle Lord. Everybody, Sai, you are in my heart, as I am in your heart. Forever we are one heart, called so Uncle Love. Sai Hridaya Vihari, we're Dharma and Shanti, we're Satya, we're Prema, omnipresent one. So you are the ocean, Lord, I am your wave. You are the mountain loving, I am your cave. You are the blue sky and I am your star. Sorry, divine mother, one we always are. Sigh, you are in my heart, as I am in your heart. Forever we're one heart, called so Uncle Love. Louder. Sigh, you are in my heart, as I am in your heart. Forever we're one heart, called so Uncle Love. Sigh, Hridaya Vihari, we're Dharma and Shanti, we're Satya, we're Prema, omnipresent one. So you are the love tree, Lord, and your clinging vine. You're the divine poet, loving. My life is your rhyme. You are the Father, Sire, and Satya Prema, omnipresent one. So
And that was new song.
here's another one, and Krishna will remember this one.
Oh,
One time we were having a concert with a whole bunch of
Krishna,
us.
this is dedicated to you, baby.
Thank you.
And so Krishna says, he stands up and he said, "Hey, Janama Kalasu, I'm Swami. How about a new song?"
I want to hear a new song. So make one up right now.
So this is the one that came.
And we all, the whole group sort of filled in and
You know, because-
threw in words. And this is how the song manifested.
See the dread
Behind this world illusion,
separation is a lie.
Maya is a cause of this immense confusion.
So watch her walk on by. Maya, step aside. Come on, I wanna hear. Maya, step aside. Attachment and desire are the trap of this illusion. It's time to fight for truth and love. Stop clinging to this momentary sense delusion. Turn your desires to love. Maya, step aside. Come on. Maya, step aside. Lifetime after lifetime and from body to body, Maya keeps playing her game. This constant up and down of emotion and ego mostly ends up in pain. Maya, step aside. I want to hear it. Maya, step aside. All right. We are one heart, one love, one all. Forever one heart, one love, one all. We are one heart, one love, one all. Maya, step aside. Come on. Maya, step aside. Living in the moment, staying in the present, that's our practice all the time. Everything's connected, the rest is an illusion, this light of yours and mine. Maya, step aside. Yeah. Maya, step aside. Love all into servo, we'll conquer this illusion. Let's do what must be done. Time to take a stand against this mind delusion. The fight has just begun. Maya, step aside. Yeah. Maya, step aside. We are the creator, that's a true conclusion. See God and love it all. Practice is an equal, solve your deep confusion. Open up your heart and call. Maya, step aside. Maya, step aside. 'Cause we are one heart, one love, one all. Forever one heart, one love, one all. We are one heart, one love, one all. Maya, step aside. Maya, step aside. Maya, step aside.
Swami, move her.
Maya, step aside. Maya, step aside. Maya, step aside.
Step aside.
Move aside. You know, Swami, right in the very beginning, he taught us that the only reality is the I am inside. Pure awareness that we are. The Atma.
First thing he said was, what is your name? I looked up into Kalasu and he goes, no, you are God, you are Swami, know this now. It's like, but, no buts.
So the very first thing he taught us is that everything that has name and form in all of creation, no matter what loka, Vayakunta, Indraloka, or anything else, is all illusion, is all
Very
maya.
simple, isn't it? Name,
All name,
and form,
all form, illusion.
lie, illusion.
And the only reality is the Atma, or the Paramatma. And everything that you're perceiving in this entire creation is that. That means everything in this entire creation is you. Not the body you, not the mind you, not the part that we usually identify. That's why Swami said, who do you think you are? The one you think you are? The one other people think you are? Or the one you really are? Figure it out. And there are many different methods, and I'm sure some of us have practiced many different ones. But in the final analysis, it comes down to being able to have an empty mind. In the Vedas, they call it the pure mind. No thoughts, no pictures, but to be fully and completely aware. That awareness of self that you will find is the only reality. Everything else, and Swami says, everything in this creation is contained within consciousness. That's why everything is done inside of us. Nothing is outside of us. It appears outside, right? But that's the lie. Because everything, take the mind out of the toolbox for a second. Use it and say, all the imagination of pictures and names that you can think of, where do they exist? In your awareness, in your consciousness. So everything in this entire creation that you perceive is contained within this awareness, within this consciousness. And that is who we are. So therefore, everything is within us and not outside.
So, God, all the saints and sages, and Swami, the avatar, said, you are God, you are Swami. What does that mean to us? I mean, we're not wearing an orange robe and an afro, and we aren't materializing yet, at least.
He asked if we wanted to. We said, no, Swami.
No, Swami. The ego may creep up. No, thank you. He identified God clearly because the world
Everybody has a
has
different idea.
God in so many different bags and religions. We agree on all loving, right? All inclusive, because there's nothing that isn't God.
Right.
And all powerful. Powerful enough to manifest all of creation, right?
Does that sound right?
God.
All loving, all inclusive,
Inclusive,
all
all
powerful represents the idea of God? Yes? No?
This is what they said we are. Us. What have we been doing with all this power? All of this love. Have
All
we
this
been including
inclusiveness.
everybody with everything in our daily lives? Have we? That's being Swami. And he showed us really sweet, simple. You realize the mind is complicated. God,
And
you
love are
are
easy,
simple. So simple. Why does Swami say, watch your thoughts, watch your words, watch your actions? Because they are all powerful.
We've allowed the mind to indiscriminately create and create and create. All the lives that we've created for ourselves, the mind has done for us by our attachment and desires.
Example, how to be God. Very simple, so easy. We can do it all the time. Whenever you remember, that's all. You just have to remember. As you're drinking the water, you're just drinking the water, right? You drink the water.
May I say, bless you, Swami?
And thank you, Swami, for the water. You can go beyond that. That's selfish. May all of creation enjoy this water as I am enjoying it, and may no one find thirst, because we are quenching the thirst right now. Whatever invocation feels good to you. Kalasus are simple. Your thoughts are all powerful. Instead of just drinking the water yourself, imagine all of creation being fulfilled and no longer thirsty. And that's how to be God.
When you go
Just
shopping,
with that slight thought. And that's what we all can do.
You're being all-inclusive in your thoughts. You're being all-loving by including all of creation. And you're all-powerful because you understand that thought is the only thing that creates in this world. Everything in this world that you perceive is created by thought in the first place, right? How did everything come into being? Thought was first. Before thought, there was the impulse. Before impulse, there was a desire.
Thought created the guitar.
Yeah. Here's
And-
another
and
song.
it manifested.
And this, for all of us, you know, sometimes we only get a glancing look from Swami now and then, and some of us don't even get that because we're not even here. We're in some faraway land, and all we have is a picture of Swami. And Swami
Picture
said,
works.
Swami said that even in a picture of any deity that is close to your heart, of any form of divinity, the moment that you connect your heart to it or with it, and you get that feeling of a slight aliveness in it, and the look from the corner of his eye, and this
Just
is where
a
the song,
glance.
just a glance.
Just a glance.
This is where this song came from. Swami told us, one glance is all of creation anyone will ever need from the avatar, ever. For all their years and lives past, and all the years and lives in the future that may or may not come. One look is all it takes. Nothing else. I know we want more, but that's all it takes.
More Swami.
More Swami, more. Alright. One look
From the corner of his eye, one look, and you will realize yourself within those eyes.
with just one look. One look, aim one look.
You'll lose all form and name, your heart will come aflame.
With just one look. One look, one single glance. One look, the perfect chance. The soul is thrilled, the mind is stilled, the heart is filled with just one look. One look is all you really need. One look, but watch that word and deed, and truly you'll be free with just one look. One look, eyes stirs the soul within. One look, says size your only kin, and how your heart can win with just one look. One look, one single glance. One look, the perfect chance. The soul is thrilled, the mind is stilled, the heart is filled with just one look. Swami once said to me, I am your only family. God is your only family. And at the time I thought, Swami, you mean you're my only family, my only mother, my only father, my only relative? And he goes, yes. And then later in years I realized that it wasn't that body, it wasn't that form. It's anybody who is in their God state, who is practicing being the divine
being
self.
all loving, all inclusive, and all powerful. That is my family.
So we're all family because we're practicing, right? In one way or another, we all have been, otherwise we wouldn't be here. Here's another song. There have been many sages and saints that have shown us different ways how to get there. This is just another way. Ask yourself, who am I? Then listen inwardly. Your ego voice will answer you. 'Tis I, yourself, it's me. Now ask, where do I come from? What is my primal source? All things arise somehow, somewhere. So what is my root cause? Where do we find the answer to our reality? I know it's time for all to look deep inside and see. Soon there might be no answer, no images you might see. Your mind is turning inward now to seek its reality. The mind is like a piece of cloth woven by constant thought. Unravel it, and what is left? Can you see the lie that we bought? Where do we find the answer to our reality? I know it's time for all to look deep inside and see. Dissolve the mind by asking, who is this I, this me? And what is my true origin? The source, reality. But if thoughts keep interrupting your inner quest and space, ask them for whom they rise up now, for whom they show their face. Where do we find the answer to our reality? I know it's time for all to look deep inside and see. Once more ego might answer, for me you fool, the I.
Don't listen.
So just repeat the question, friend. Who is this me, this I? Soon there will be no answer. Silence will permeate, and your thoughts are interrupted now by a clear, peaceful state. Here we will find the answer to our reality. I know it's time for all to look deep inside and see. If we remain within this silent awareness state, mind tendencies will die out soon and egos disintegrate. This silent state of being is like an endless sky. Abide within this silent bliss and know your eternal I. We have found the answer to our reality. I know it's time for all to look deep inside and see. We're the eternal Atma,
And have always
the consciousness in all. So experience your loving self and know once and for all. Now let go of all of your attachments. Know that all desires are just a lie. Because the mind is truly non-existent, friend. Because we simply are pure awareness, Sat, Chit, Ananda, divine love. We are the eternal light. Everybody sing it. We are the eternal light. We are So when we talk about the pure mind, as it says in the Vedas, or the empty mind, what are we really talking about? You know, so many people that we meet, they say, how can you have an empty mind? It's impossible. Because remember, the mind is always channeling, always creating, always doing something.
That's
busy,
only
busy.
if it's in charge, in control.
If it's in control. So the idea is to control the mind.
It's only a tool.
Swami
Only a
told us
tool.
once.
It's a horrible master. So make it a tool.
He said once, he said, here's what you can do. You can either practice controlling the mind till you have an empty mind, pure mind.
Or you could think of God 24 hours a day.
So what is he saying?
Control the mind
Or
or
control
control
the
the
mind.
mind. Because to think of God 24 hours a day, the mind must be silent.
And we asked him about what is meditation, Swami? And it was in the early days, he said it twice, and I think I heard he just said it with the youth conference again. One more time. It's only the third time that I heard that Swami has said it. He gave an example, and you can use a picture, or we use a thumb. This is what Swami showed us. Use the thumb. The final analysis of all meditation, because when we go into meditation, which is a wonderful practice, whether it's Jyoti meditation
We'll share it.
or japa or mantra, at the end of it, we want to get to the state of the silence, inner silence, the empty mind state. So,
For hundreds of thousands of lifetimes, we've infused our mind with our Atma self, believing that we were our thoughts, our actions, our personality, our senses. So with this technique, it actually will peel apart your Atma self from the mind and really make the mind the tool of the Atma, like it should be.
so you can see the separation. You can actually
Who is
see.
who and what is what.
You can actually be the watcher of the mind, rather than thinking that you are the thing that moves all the time, which is the mind. So you want to play? You want to practice?
It's really simple.
Yeah?
Sure.
Okay. It's a very simple technique. And he said all the great Mahatmas and all the yogis have practiced this in one form or another to get to the state after they do the meditation where they go to and commune with the devas and so on and so forth.
When we first saw Swami, when he first showed this little technique, we were in a room with schoolboys, and he was saying, your studies have been suffering. Very poor grades, very poor grades. And he goes, they said back, but Swami, we were meditating. That
He
was
said,
not meditation.
You're still in name and form, illusion.
He says, this is all you have to do to meditate. And then he described this technique.
And you do it for 12 seconds, and I heard that he said the last time it was 11 seconds, but we'll stick with what we know is the 12 seconds. And what you do is you just perceive the object, whether it's a picture of Swami.
It's like medicine.
We use the thumb because we carry it with us. It's easy, okay? So you just perceive the thumb. You don't say Om, Om, no mantra, no nothing. You just perceive it, and you'll see that you want to almost space out, okay? And that's all. And when the mind wants to jump, watch where it wants to jump. You'll hear
Every
noises.
time the mind creeps in, all right? You're looking at your thumb. You can't go thumb, bum, bum, thumb, thumb. No, no, no. You can't do Om Sai Ram or Soham. No, no, no mantra. Nothing. Just perceive the thumb. And ladies, you know, I need a manicure. No, nothing. Empty mind. And every time a thought creeps in, you say, quiet, toolbox. Okay? Quiet.
And see how many times your mind will want to jump. Your body will feel uncomfortable and you'll want to jump there, or you'll hear noises outside or in here, you know, you'll hear the kids or something. Let it all just
John will
be.
make a lot of noise just to distract you.
Just let it all be what it is without putting your focus on it or your energy towards it, okay? Here we go. I'll count to 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll count to 12 seconds so you don't have to count. Okay, 12 seconds. Did you see there was a part of
How
you
many
that
of you
was
had to
aware?
say toolbox? Who was the one saying that? Your Atma son saying, quiet.
That's the part of you that's the watcher.
And who was the one irritating? Like, no, I don't want it quiet. I want to be noisy.
I want to go there. I want to look at this. I want to pay attention to
My
this.
first interview with Swami, he held my hand and he said, what took you so long to find me? And I was already shaking. I had never felt so much love. It overwhelmed me. I didn't know love like this. I had no idea love like this existed. He said, what took you so long to find me? What took you so long to find you? And he went like this. You've been listening to the wrong voice. And then he went like this. That mind will only tell you that you're not beautiful. You're not divine. You're not Swami. You've always been Swami. The love that you see in Swami, you have always been. Don't listen to the mind again. For hundreds of thousands of lifetimes, you listen to the mind. No more. At that moment, it was like we declared war on the mind. All I could think of is, for hundreds of thousands of lifetimes, I've always been this love that's before me. You have all been this love that's before you. But we let this get in our way and say we weren't. I must have lied for it, cheated for it, murdered for it. Who knows what I did for the mind? And all it did was tell me I wasn't divine. I wasn't all loving and all beautiful. Would you listen to it again? Never.
Swami said, when you look at him and you feel that deep love, that is only your own love being reflected back to you perfectly. It is your love, otherwise you couldn't feel it. When you see beauty and you kind of melt into that beauty, that is your own beauty being reflected back to you, otherwise you wouldn't feel it, you wouldn't receive it. This is a reflective universe. Everything is a reflective idea here. So everything that you perceive is your own reflection back to you. Here's another song talking about silence. We haven't done this in a while, so we'll go there.
Yeah? Oh God. Okay. Any water?
Is more than golden. Silence pervades the all. Silence, the speech of sages. Silence, the utmost call to all. Silence is my breath. Everybody. I am the Atma. Silence is my breath. I am that I am. Through life and through death. I am that I am. Through life and through death. I simply am. Loving state, I am that I am. Oh Lord, I am. I simply am. This loving state, I am that I am. Silence Silence, the key to freedom. Silence shuts down the mind. Silence, the road to knowledge. Silence, the perfect kind. We'll silence is my breath. I am the Atma. Silence is my breath. I am that I am, through life and through death. I am that I am, through life and through death. I simply am this loving state. I am that I am. Oh Lord, I am. I simply am this loving state. I am that I am. Everybody. Oh Lord, I am. I simply am this loving state. I am that I am. That's what we are. I am. Here's another song. Creation. And this is, Swami told us once, the students were in a room and they'd been going over the category, you know, in the early days.
Oh yeah, they were sneaking across over the field to category to go to the movies, the theater.
Said,
I know why your studies have been failing. You've been sneaking out to the movies.
Why don't you pay attention to this movie right here? This is just like a movie, and he explained it like the white movie screen. Now, let's take a television screen because we're probably very familiar with it, right? Look at a television and you see the black screen, right? Think of that as the Paramatma. And then use the switcher, turn it on, right? And that's the mind. And then the light images that are reflecting inside the television screen, think of the light as the consciousness. And the pictures, that's what we are. We are the pictures. The light pictures of consciousness reflected on the Paramatma, which is the screen. And that's where the song came from. Now, we can watch a war movie, everybody getting blown up.
A soap opera?
Soap opera, a crime mystery, a love story, a comedy. You can watch everything, right? What happens when you turn the switcher off? What's left? The TV screen, the Paramatma. So turn off the mind, the switcher. Guess what? No more pictures.
Make it laugh.
Creation's like a movie scene reflected on a big white screen. The screen is called God's Spirit Love, the one creation's made up of. And our life is the story scene superimposed upon the screen. Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. projected through our ego mind. Our life becomes involved and blind.
Oy vey.
And we forget it's all a dream, just like old movies we have seen. It's funny how we laugh and cry, involved with pictures rolling by. Everybody. Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. Fashioned by desire's hand, our Maya films will never end, until we realize the game and stop projecting form and name. And then tell me what can be seen, only the empty big white screen. Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. The million pictures that we've seen, they cannot change or harm the screen. And if we took the screen away, no movies could be seen today. So meditate upon the screen, for that's what's called the great unseen. God, the divine self, spirit, divine love. Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. The divine self. Want to hear an old time bhajan? Something we used to sing in the old days?
Sure.
Here's one, just for fun.
What?
60s
Oh,
varieties?
pick.
Yes, 60 varieties.
Oh, this one.
What do you want? Tell me, what do you want? Sai Baba asked, tell me, what do you want? Everybody, what do you want? Tell me, what do you want? Sai Baba asked, tell me, what do you want? There is
Oh, wait.
There is but one answer to give. We want only what you've come to give. There is but one answer to give. We want only what you've come to give. And to help us to remember, help us to remember. Brahma Vimarishta, Brahma Vimarishta, complete awareness of love, complete awareness of love. Why do you fear when Sai Baba is here? Tell me why, friend, why do you fear? Why do you fear when Sai Baba is here? Tell me why, friend, why do you fear? He has come, the Lord of love, to show us what we're made of. He has come, the Lord of love, to show us what we're made of. And to help us to remember,
hum love eternally. You are us, we are we. So hum love eternally. You are us, we are we. So hum love eternally. You are us, we are we. So hum love eternally. You are us, we are we. So hum love eternally. So tomorrow morning at Darshan, if you're there, make sure to share Darshan with all of creation. Okay?
I think some of us
We
have
have
to
to
go back. If we are
They
inside
lock
the
us
ashram,
out.
they're going to lock us out at 9 o'clock. So if we catch it, we got another 10 minutes, then we grab a rickshaw.
I don't know. The rickshaw driver said, I'm not coming back. It's dark. I'm not coming
John, we
back.
have a lot of eats for everybody.
Yes?
A lot of food for everybody.
Okay, so we should... Okay. We're done.
One last thing.
No, one last. Yeah.
Okay.
One last
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
We can actually eat and listen.
Yes. Everybody go grab food and we can listen. It's Swami came in the room one time, sat on the floor with us, held our hands, and he said, "You want to know the secret of creation, the secret of the universe?"
Do you want to know the secret of creation, the universe?
He said, "Yes, Swami." He says, "Okay." He had come in from Darshan and he said, "When life is finished, body turns to dust, you look back on your life. It won't matter what you've been in your life, whether you were king of the world, whether you beggar in the street, housewife, Punjari, whatever.
Doesn't matter
Doesn't
what.
matter what you did in your lifetime." And he said, and then he lowered his voice and said, "The only thing that doesn't matter is how much love you will have shared every moment of your life with all of creation. The rest,
Byproduct.
take that with you in your heart and remember how much love you can share every moment of your life with all of creation.
Then you're in your God
That's-
state.
That's it.
And you could do this all the time. You just have to remember to do it. That's all.
And real medicine is the moment you have a thought of love, pure love, or God, or you see beauty everywhere, or recognize or look into each other's eyes and see the same Atma, the same awareness in everything. You are meditating and you can do that 24 hours a day. You don't have to sit here like that. Even though that's a great practice.
It's something everybody has to sort of walk through. Discipline.
Yeah. And so this is good discipline. It's like all the worship and all the puja will never get you to the self. But we all have to walk through it, and it's a beautiful step. To get the devotion, to get that closeness to the divine that we close enough for rock and roll. Actually, it's a bhajan love song to Swami. Keshava, your glory is beyond compare. Keshava, your glory is beyond compare. You're complete and still with all you share. You're complete and still with all you share. Keshava, we share your life of love. Keshava, we share your life of love. And no words could ever say enough. No words could ever say enough. Keshava, your love light blinds the sun. Keshava, your love light blinds the sun. Forever only your will be done. Forever only your will be done. Oh Keshava, oh Keshava. merge within your splendor. Sai Baba, we surrender the fruits of all life's actions at your feet. Sai Keshava, please guide us straight unto bliss inside us. Your special grace makes us complete. Keshava, you're always the most dear. Keshava, you're always the most dear. Oh, your Tramoti, there is no need to fear. Sai, your Tramoti, there is no need to fear. Keshava, your love is here to stay. Keshava, your love is here to stay. Dharma, Satya, Prema are our way. Dharma, Satya, Prema are our way. Keshava, you even taught the sun. Keshava, you even taught the sun. And forever only our will be done. Yes, forever only our will be done. Oh, Keshava, one time, yeah, we were in the room and Swami walked in. We were just us in the room alone. He walked in and he said, "You sing so beautiful for Swami. Now Swami will sing just for you." And then he sat down and this is what he sang. And then this is how.
And he says, "I want you to learn this." So we put it on the first album, the second album, the third album.
That's how the whole world got to hear it. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. My life is my message, expansion is my life. My life is my message, expansion is my life. No reason for love, no season for love, no birth, no death. Prema Satya Ananda, Dharma Shanti Ananda. Shri Sai Satyai Prema Sai Jai Jai Shri Sai. so it goes. Sai Ram, the LIGHTSTORM selves. You know that song, good. Did you sing it? You know it too?
Okay, Swamis.
Okay, Swamis, beloved selves and all our beautiful parts, thank you for sharing love and light with us. Sai Ram.